If you haven't already watched any of the previous episodes of Hardcore Adventure, you should. Watching them will contain everything you need to know about the goal I need to get to and the whole story that leads up to this point. Otherwise, keep watching. Previously on Hardcore Adventure, I began the journey of my next interesting adventure. I used Eyes of Ender to locate the stronghold. I had some trouble looking in the stronghold for the portal, but I found it. I set up the portal and go in. I go to the end for the very first time. I take down all the towers and I began taking down the Ender Dragon. I brought the dragon to its last breath and took her down. I'd collect the rewards, including the dragon egg, maybe. I began preparing for my last adventure. I entered the End Cities from the portal gateway. I began the hunt for an End City, but before I do that, I built a 2-block ceiling above me to make a temporary Enderman farm, and got a bunch of Ender Pearls which I will use to get from island to island. Now I can start the hunt. I began running around, using Ender Pearls when needed to. Sometimes an island can be out of reach, even with Ender Pearls, so I usually take a D route. I keep on searching, and searching, and searching even more, and after around 5 minutes, I found one. That was fast. End cities are fairly uncommon, and sometimes can take up to an hour to find one. After a bit of walking, I approached the entrance and killed off these shulkers because they drop something called shulker shells, which is an ingredient in the crafting recipe for the shulker box. I continued the walk up the tower. I come across this staircase leading to this section. I kill off this shulker and I got another shulker shell. I got everything now for the shulker box, except for the wood which I have at home. I climbed a small tower and looted this chest, which contained the iron and a diamond helmet. I started climbing the tower and found myself in this giant cylinder-shaped room with tons of shulkers around it. I used the projectiles from the shulkers to levitate up the tower. I used my remaining healing and regeneration potions that I still had from the Ender Dragon fight as needed. I eventually made it to the top where I looted these chests. The chests mostly contained nothing, but one included an iron chestplate with the Curse of Vanishing, a brand new enchantment. I began making my way to the boat, which contains my next item. I used the projectiles from the shulkers to help me levitate to the boat. It took me a while, but I got hit and I started floating to the boat. I got onto the boat and killed off the shulker on top. I went into the boat and killed off the shulker that guards all the loot. I loot these chests, which contain some amazing stuff that I will use. That item that is in the item frame is the Elytra Wings, which is an item on our list, so now that item is checked off. That leaves us with the shulker box, which we have the materials for. I began the journey back home, using our new Elytra Wings to get around. There was an exit portal near the End City, so I went into that and arrived at the main End Island. From there, I just jumped into the middle portal, and here we are, back at home. I grabbed some wood from the chest and I crafted out the last item on our list, the shulker box. And that's all. I can pretty much say that Hardcore Adventure is now officially over. At the end, I played around with these items and I lived happily ever after. Like every story ever. That's all for Hardcore Adventure. I can say that putting the series together was a whole lot of fun. That was one of the largest projects I have ever did since the stop motion days early in my channel, not including Minecraft map creations. Let's review the memories we had in Hardcore Adventure while the credits play along.